Imagine a world where population growth outpaces the food supply, leading to famine and death. This is the grim prediction made by Thomas Malthus, an 18th century economist and demographer. His theory, known as Malthusianism, painted a stark picture of a future where unchecked population growth would lead to dire consequences. Today, his ideas continue to spark heated debates among scholars and policymakers alike. Are we headed for a Malthusian catastrophe, or can technology and innovation avert this ominous prophecy? Thomas Malthus was a pioneer in the study of demographics. He was one of the first to systematically explore the relationship between population growth and resources, forever changing the way we think about sustainability and economic development. But who was the man behind this chilling prediction? What led him to conceive such a bleak future? And how have his ideas influenced our world today? Let's delve into the life of Thomas Malthus. Born in 1766 to a wealthy English family, Malthus's intellectual journey began early. Entering into this world as the son of a prosperous landowner, Daniel Malthus, Thomas Robert Malthus was cultivated in an environment that encouraged the exploration of ideas and the pursuit of knowledge. Growing up in Surrey, his early education was guided by his father, a man known for his intellectual curiosity and fascination with the Enlightenment philosophies. From this fertile ground sprouted Malthus's own interest in the world of thoughts and ideas. When the time was ripe, in 1784, Malthus's educational journey led him to the hallowed halls of Cambridge University. Here, he dove into his studies with fervour, embracing the disciplines of mathematics and philosophy. These two fields, seemingly disparate, would eventually converge in his mind to form the basis of his groundbreaking theories. At Cambridge, Malthus distinguished himself as a voracious scholar, earning honours in mathematics and English language. Yet it was not just his academic prowess that set him apart. His peers and professors alike admired his enlightened and engaging mind, his ability to grapple with complex ideas and to critically examine the world around him. Upon graduation, Malthus chose a path less travelled by his affluent peers. He was ordained as a curate in the Church of England, a decision that would shape his perspective on society and its inner workings. Here, he encountered firsthand the realities of poverty and hardship, experiences that would profoundly influence his later work. His early interests in mathematics and philosophy, his experiences at Cambridge, and his life as a curate all coalesced into a unique lens through which he viewed the world. A perspective that was mathematical in its precision, philosophical in its breadth, and grounded in the realities of the human condition. Malthus's academic pursuits would soon lead him to a groundbreaking theory. A theory that would challenge the prevailing notions of population and resources, a theory that would make him a household name in the annals of economic thought. But all that, dear listener, is a story for another scene. In 1798, Malthus published his most famous work, an essay on the principle of population. This marked a turning point in the way the world would perceive population growth and its impacts on society and the environment. Diving into the crux of the Malthusian theory, it's essential to understand its core tenet. Malthus proposed a rather grim prediction that population growth, if left unchecked, would inevitably lead to famine and poverty. He argued that population increases in a geometric progression, doubling every generation, while food production could only increase arithmetically, leading to a mismatch between mouths to feed and available sustenance. His theory was underpinned by two fundamental postulates. The first, often referred to as the positive check, suggested that higher mortality rates resulting from famine, disease and warfare were nature's way of controlling the population. The second, known as the preventive check, argued that humans could control their population through moral restraint, postponing marriage, and having fewer children. Malthus's ideas were not without controversy. Critics argued that he failed to consider technological advancements which might increase food production and improve living standards. Others pointed out that his theory did not account for the influence of social structures and policies on population growth and distribution of resources. Yet his theory has had a profound influence on several fields, from economics to ecology. His ideas about population control influenced the development of theories about natural selection, and his views on resource scarcity have formed the bedrock of environmental and sustainability debates. In essence, Malthus shook the world with his theory, forcing us to confront the harsh reality of finite resources in the face of exponential population growth. Despite the controversy and criticisms, his work has continued to provoke thought and discussion, even centuries later. Malthus's ideas were controversial, but they made a lasting impact on the world. Despite the controversy, Malthus continued to refine his theories throughout his life. His dogged determination and unwavering belief in his ideas were a testament to his intellectual prowess. After the publication of his seminal work, an essay on the principle of population, Malthus did not rest on his laurels. He continued to write, dissecting his theories further and exploring their implications. His later works, including Principles of Political Economy, were instrumental in shaping the discipline of economics and continue to be studied by scholars today. Malthus's influence extended beyond the realm of economics. His theories caught the attention of Charles Darwin, the man who would go on to propose the theory of evolution. Darwin was intrigued by Malthus's ideas on population dynamics and the struggle for resources. These concepts became a foundation for Darwin's own theory of natural selection, demonstrating the far-reaching impact of Malthus's work. In addition to his writing, Malthus was a dedicated educator. He served as a professor at the East India Company College, where he taught political economy. His teaching methods were as rigorous as his theories, and he was known for challenging his students to think critically and question existing ideas. This approach not only honed the minds of his students, but also reinforced the importance of challenging societal norms and pushing intellectual boundaries. While Malthus's theories have been subject to criticism and debate, there's no denying the indelible mark he left on the world of ideas. His work sparked discussions and debates that went beyond the confines of his time, making him a pivotal figure in the history of thought. Malthus died in 1834, but his ideas continue to resonate today. His theories on population growth and resource scarcity remain relevant in an era of climate change and environmental concerns. His legacy lives on in the pages of his books, the minds of the scholars who study his work, and the ongoing conversations about our planet's future. So, while Malthus may no longer be with us, his ideas continue to shape our understanding of the world around us. In the 21st century, we continue to grapple with the questions Malthus raised. His theories, while centuries old, still resonate with many of the issues we face today. Consider climate change, for instance. As our population grows, so does our demand for resources. We need more food, more water, more energy, and all of these demands exacerbate the pressures on our planet. Malthus predicted a world where population growth would outstrip resource availability, and in many ways we are seeing the echoes of his predictions in our struggle with climate change. Then there's overpopulation. Now more than ever, we're feeling the strain of housing, feeding and providing for a global population that has surpassed 7 billion. While technological advancements have allowed us to push past the limits Malthus envisioned, the question remains: how long can we sustain this growth? Food security, too, is a pressing issue. Even with all our modern agricultural advancements, we have yet to solve the problem of hunger. According to the United Nations, over 800 million people are undernourished globally. Again, we see the shadow of Malthus's theory. As our population grows, can we ensure everyone has enough to eat? However, Malthusianism has its critics. Some argue that Malthus failed to account for human ingenuity, for our ability to innovate and adapt. They point to the Green Revolution, the technological advancements in agriculture that vastly increased food production, as a rebuttal to Malthus's dire predictions. Whether you agree with Malthus or not, his influence on our understanding of population growth is undeniable. His theories serve as a foundation for discussions on overpopulation, resource scarcity, and the environment. They challenge us to consider the delicate balance between human growth and the health of our planet. Malthus, in his own way, was a harbinger of the sustainability question that defines our era. And for that reason, his ideas continue to hold relevance in our modern world.